Hey guys, it's week 7 in college football, and I've got your NCAAF rapid fire here with Craig Trapp. How's it going, Craig?
Well, we're going to make it our third straight big weekend in a row. We had an undefeated weekend 2 weekends ago. Last weekend we had a slight profit, but we nailed 3-1 our last 4 plays with our best bets the last on Saturday. So I really, really like this card this weekend. Excited. Well, let's get right to it. 5 free picks for you.
Ooh, 5 free picks in under about 5 minutes. These games go down Saturday, October the 16th. We're kicking it off with Oklahoma State at Texas. Texas -4, the total's 60. What do you got for me, Craig?
Yeah, Texas, looked like they had it. They had the Sooners beat. Of course, Red River rivalry. If you were a Texas backer, you have to be kicking yourself. Their 2 losses this year. Arkansas was never close. They should have won the last one. They would be 5-1, I believe, on the year against the spread. I think that one's going to have a lingering effect, because if they won that game, they were going to be in the driver's seat to win the conference. Now, it's going to need some other people's help. Oklahoma State, of course, undefeated. This defense can really, really play. I mean, they went at Boise. We know that Boise team's not terrible. They went and beat an undefeated BYU team. They beat an undefeated Baylor at the time. Give me Oklahoma State +4 here. I just think it's going to be a really close game. This Texas defense has a problem stopping people consistently. I do like this Texas offense, especially the balance of the run-pass offense. I really, really like the balance, but I just think it's a field goal type game one way or the other. Give me the undefeated Cowboys here.
All right, Cowboys you shall have. Up next, we're talking Kentucky at Georgia. Georgia -21.5 points. The total's 44.5. I love those Bulldogs this year, Craig. What are you thinking in this game?
I mean, how you could dominate in college football and still win by less than 3 touchdowns or less. I mean, 21.5 points to an undefeated Kentucky team. I think it's a little out of hand. I mean, I thought the same when they were facing Arkansas, though. So I guess that's the one thing here. I think you have to take Kentucky plus the points. I think Kentucky's defense is really, really good. Now, I don't give them a whole lot of credit for beating LSU, because what I had heard is that LSU basically players were opting to not play because of Nick's injuries, because that's just where they are in this point of the season. The LSU seems to have lost Coach O's lost that locker room, it sounds like. So to me, Kentucky just handled their business there. This is a different story. They're going to need to play really, really good. I know Georgia's great, but I'm going to take the 21.5. I just think it's a 14 to 17 point game. I think Kentucky gets us an ugly cover late with a late touchdown.
All right. Yeah. I mean, I've never laid 21.5 points in my life. I don't intend on doing it now. Doesn't mean I don't think the Bulldogs win. The cover's a little bit more questionable. So BYU at Baylor, Baylor -6, 50.5 is the total. What do you say?
Both teams coming off losses. They were undefeated headed into last week. So BYU lost to Boise. I believe it was at BYU even. That was a surprise. And then Baylor lost to Oklahoma State. Pretty close game there. I think Baylor's the better team. I do like the size of the offensive line and defensive line of BYU. I think that's going to be a problem early, but I think Baylor can spread them out enough to wear them down, to make them run all over the field, sideline to sideline. I think Baylor's the play here at -6 points at home.
Yeah, especially at home. I'm all for that. A lot of people were on BYU last week, and a lot of people were very disappointed. We've got Ole Miss -2.5 on the road at Tennessee. 82. Yep, 82 is the total on this one. What do you say, Craig?
Run and bet the over. I'm just telling you, this Ole Miss team put up, 50 plus last week and gave up 50 plus. Tennessee, they could have scored 50 the last 3 weeks, or 2 weeks. I'm sorry, 2 weeks. They could have scored and kind of held back late. I think this Tennessee team's going to score 40 plus. I think Ole Miss gets 50 plus here. I think this one goes way, way over in a very exciting game. Maybe not as exciting as the Arkansas Ole Miss game, because that's like game of the year type stuff. But yeah. I think Tennessee will be able to run up and down against the Ole Miss defense that looked good early in the season, but since that Alabama game, those last 2 games have not been good on defense. I think this one goes way over.
All right, way over, he says. Arizona State -1. I'm even seeing this one in a pick 'em in some places. At Utah, the total on this one is 51. What do you say on this one?
The line tells me that they're expecting a low scoring game, because if it gets high scoring, you would think, if you think Arizona State can get it up and down, then Arizona State has some better Jimmies and Joes, especially on offense. I would think Arizona State would be 3. This total would be more like 56. So to me, when it says that, I'm taking the under here. I think Utah, this is, what do they call it? What did Chris Berman have? Circle the wagons type of game. This is it. Utah it's drawing the line in the sand. They cannot lose any more games if they want to be bowl bound. If you look at their schedule, pretty tough schedule remaining to probably finish 500 or better. I think Utah probably wins this game, but I think the safer play taking the under 51 in this one.
All right. Yeah, I'm liking Utah on the side on this one as well. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. Craig Trapp, do you have any special stuff going on over at picksandparlays.net for us?
Yeah, you can always get my best bet every day. My single best bets are headed into Friday night. That's when we're taping this. We are the last 14 days. We're 10-5-1. So even though we lost Thursday and Wednesday, still 10-5-1, 66%. Not a bad rate. When we keep that up long term, that's what the goal is. So I like a best bet Saturday, Sunday, and Monday this week. I think all three sweep the board going 3-0.
All right. I love that. And don't forget, people, when you're over at picksandparlays.net, use the promo code NHL. It saves you 20% off of the entire site. All right, everybody. Have a great college football Saturday. Thanks, Craig Trapp.